Hello. There. Hi everybody, how you doing? Yeah, there we go. Oh, that was fun. Let's turn that off now. Hi, how's it going? Welcome to the stream today, boys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up? Today we do more music. We do more music. And last two streams we've been working on like a kind of a chilled out kind of thing. I'm not really feeling like writing that right now. that song also needs some workshopping. So last night I kind of had an idea, or I had an idea earlier this week, and last night finally started putting things like into a project. So that's what we got today. How you guys doing? You guys doing all right on a Tuesday evening? Or I guess afternoon, if you're far enough away from my time zone. Oh man. Yeah, it's almost funny doing streaming and dealing with like a stream delay on chat. Because I'll ask a question and I won't see a response for like 15 seconds, and I'm not in slow mode. That's just good old-fashioned stream delay. So that's always the fun thing. And glad to see you guys are doing good. That's great. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't say the same this week for stuff going on, because I'm working normally, and I'm only going to be back for a week. So I was on vacation last week, right? Well, this week I get to work, and then Sunday morning I am leaving for like I'll be leaving for like 2 weeks for work in a extremely hot environment. It's not going to be fun. All right, what music am I making? We are going to be making something kind of like, we're going to make a little like a little more groove stuff. It's going to be a little more rock, a little bit dancey kind of thing. You guys can't see the title of this project because that has that the Reaper does this fun thing like on the top bar. It says licensed for personal use to blank blank blank, and you don't need to know that information. So, but the working title for this is Tunnel Run. Me being an Ace Combat fan, that's kind of where we're running with. Some tracks I'm kind of taking some inspiration from is the track Magic Spear from Ace Combat 7, and then also the Expressway from the Project Wingman DLC thing. It's just a big old underground tunnel run, and the music is really good. So, but no, started working. I did this stuff last night, and how I usually, well, not usually, but a good way like for me to start writing stuff whenever I don't feel like recording everything is to write everything out on piano. So we've got this piano track right here, and it's got basic ideas for like how everything's supposed to go. You've got like bass stuff down here. You've got like what will probably end up being like a guitar part right here. This stuff up here is our melody slash well, strings. Right, so I kind of started working on these last night. Working with strings inside of a DAW is an exercise. It really is an exercise, making it sound right. So that'll be probably the biggest thing we do today is trying to get that stuff translated down into the strings. But before that, I need to give you all context of what this thing sounds like. And actually, I made the decision earlier. I want this to be just a tiny bit faster, so we'll do that. And here we go. Here's what we're starting with. Let me know if it's too loud or anything, by the way. So that's what we got. That's where we're at. A little bouncy kind of thing. And it does sound fine. That's good. So, trying to think. We've got some... I'm glad you like it. Thank you. But actually, considering I have people here, I usually don't give people like at the very start of my streams. So I had to pretty much go into like solo Let's Player mode and just do commentary. But I want to ask, considering you guys are here, I'm going to give you all some options, and that will decide on what I work on first. I've got a few things I can do, obviously, and it's going to involve filling out the rest of this section. So option 1 is we continue to put the violins on. So take this stuff and put them in violins and do some string programming. Option 2, I pick up a bass guitar and lay the bass down. Option 3, I pick up the guitar and lay the guitar lines down. What would you guys like to do? It all needs to get done this stream either way, so. Yeah. Just figure I give you guys the option of where we wish you to start. You like option 1, the programming the strings? You go with that, right, Joe? It'll actually be really interesting. It'll be really interesting to have this stuff down, and then I start adding in like the more like I'm playing these parts up here stuff later. So yeah, that could work out. All right. Strings will be harder, or well, not really harder. Just it's probably the most time consuming because well, no, it's not really the most time consuming either. Now I think about it. So it's just MIDI mangling is what we like to kind of refer to this process as, where we're first taking like, we're reading MIDI data on a keyboard and having it sound right with strings. So that's always that's usually the challenge we work with. All right. But no, actually translating it to the parts is actually easy. Allow me to demonstrate. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Good old copy. Good old paste. Cool, there we go. We have translated the part. Oh, boy. That's kind of the gist of that. But if we do something, it's really quick. I need to do. Here's. I'm sorry about something. Just you guys won't really be able to tell what's going on here. But I'm clicking on the metronome. Now, fun thing about Reaper, or like the way most digital audio workstations work, their built-in metronome does not actually output through this master file here, and that's how you guys are able to hear all of this, right? So you just bear with me for a second. Right now, well, I guess I could just not solo it. We'll mute this, so we got it. So pay attention to the drum track, and then try to play this stuff the way it is. It's like weirdly behind. Also, it didn't give me all the notes. Why didn't it give me all the notes? Oh, because I unselected 2 of the notes. That's fun. Boop. So, what we get to do now is we get to do some nudging. I know just from last night, I think it's somewhere between like half a beat and like a beat and a 16th note. There's half a beat, and we'll kind of go just a little bit. No, we'll go just a little bit more. Maybe that'll work. Okay, maybe not that much. Cool. There we go. All right, that's a little bit better. Really quick, these are legato, and these are supposed to be slurred, so we're going to turn the velocity down. We're going to extend these over just a little bit so they overlap. And how about now? There we go. That's a little bit better. And then we rinse and repeat for the next part. It should be you. Actually, no. These. I can't reach the scroll wheel. That one and that one. So I have a little bit of doubling, which is fine. Do that, unclick that because strings are monotone instruments. We don't usually write that kind of stuff. And how's this? Nice. Okay. That is violins done. Now we got 2 other string parts to do real quick. All right. All right, thank you. Thanks for coming up, iGod. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi, actually, seriously. Appreciate it. Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to smack the microphone around. All right. Next up would technically be So here's the difficult part, right? So I haven't written this part out yet. I mean, I technically have. But it's a lot of doubled stuff. Maybe stuff like this. This goes in there. Am I on legato? Because I actually sounded... No. No, we are not. Legato patch. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Oh, Jesus. This is not the best sounding viola. All right, well, fair enough. I'm not used to this string library. This one is fairly new for me. This is SoundPaint's what is it called? Chamber strings orchestra. I'm used to working with something like East West Quantum Leap stuff, and that's what a lot of my older like symphonic metal arrangements are using. Alright, so I guess we just really need to build a part out. I get to free ball some stuff. That. Please be right. Please be in time when I do this. Oh, too fast. Too fast. This might be a bad idea. Do that. Where am I? I am, So let me make that that's a fourth. Sense. All right. Okay, time for the mangling. Time for the mangling. So probably ish. Throw you backwards. Okay, that works decently well. We have nothing over here though. That's fun. Why aren't you firing? Nope, not there. You need to go way back. Performing your own weird... It can be. Like, actually in the world I came from, which was the classical music world, it actually was kind of a weird thing. Because I would come in with some stuff and like, well, I mean, I can play it. And thinking like, surely God, somebody else can. I suck. And like, I was always, it was kind of a concept I struggled with, was having people kind of playing my stuff. Like for one thing, you're getting over the, oh, it's a thing I made. I'm not sure if it's good or not, so I don't want to show it to people. But then there's also, once you get past that, there's the, can I just play it with the ensemble? I was like, no. No, you're the composer. You compose the music. The players play the music. It's kind of the thing I struggle with. And then, you get out of college, and it's like, well, you're the composer, you're slash arranger, you're also the performing artist, you're the recording artist, and you're the mixing engineer. Have fun. So that's always that's stuff to... That's kind of the way it was, I guess I know, probably in the modern day, and if you're not like a pop culture kind of guy, or like a popular music musician, like if you're in the classical world, it is probably more common if you found success like finding musicians that will play your stuff. That probably, I imagine that does exist. But, there's only so many musicians in the world, and composers also end up being musicians themselves. So, just from a practicality standpoint, right? I think we're going to have you double this guy for a second. So I'll have you right here. Where are you? Out there. Beautiful. just do not want to fire properly. Oh, like that. Yes, you would. So like if I can program this thing and like give like the best possible reference possible, but it's at the end of the day, it is just a reference to like a player. A player is going to take this, well, realistically in this kind of context with strings, I would actually need to notate this out in a different piece of software. Actually, I mean, Reaper can kind of at least display it. It looks something, you know, like this, more with staff lines and paper for like a musician to read, right? And I spent a pretty good amount of my life writing in this kind of stuff, not in Reaper, but in a separate program for people to play. But to get back to that, a player is going to take your sheet music and is going to do their best interpretation of what they thought you meant. Now, the only way to ensure that they actually are doing what you meant is to, you know, be there in the same space as the players, which I've gotten to do that. That's way harder to do than, like, you'd think. Because, like, I wrote a brass quintet before I graduated, and it did very well. And I had to be at the rehearsals for these, for actually bad reasons, but to get away from that, they would be like, they would play through a section, or like I would teach them through a section and like lead the ensemble through it. And then they would ask me questions like, is this what you meant? Is this how you meant it? Is that how, am I playing that right? Right. And usually most of the time, if it's like really good players, it's like, yeah, pretty much, that's it. Which was also really good for me, because if I wrote it also was, I guess, a good litmus test for me when it came to writing sheet music. If I did it well enough, it must mean that it's easy to read. Which, probably the most important thing whenever you're going to be giving music for other people to play. And how much you would play by book versus improvising. If the composer isn't there, or if the composer doesn't care, or is cool with it, and they'd let you improvise, I imagine they would let you improvise. A lot of the something I saw like coming out in like the classical world before I graduated was people actually having like sections of music where the player had to decide what to actually play. I saw it in like a couple different forms. I saw it as in like, you can either play this line, or this line, and then that was like spread throughout the ensemble, or you can, here's a collection of notes, I want you to play these randomly. I've also seen like, I guess you'd call them like jazz concertos, where it's like an ensemble, like a big ensemble, not like a jazz band, but like an ensemble, and then there's like a saxophone solo lead soloist, or like a trumpet soloist, or like a trombone soloist, and they're actually playing like chord changes, like jazz changes, and the soloist has to play on top of them. That's getting into more of the contemporary world of classical music. I guess modern classical contemporary music. Okay. All right, time for cello. Part of me really just wants to do bass chords. Because this could take all damn day if I do that. Matter of fact, I think we're gonna do that for now. Sweet, there we go. All right, fair enough. trying to keep it out of the the bass range. We're just gonna be obnoxious. Damn it. You're the problem. Okay, now let me do is pull these down a little bit, probably, and just do a little preliminary mixing on this thing. That's a little better. Okay. That's enough of the string part. Go ahead and tie these two together. Alright, how about some bass? Because that'll be easy. Let me go pick up the instrument real quick, and we'll get to that. Alright, we have la bass. We have la bass, and we need to la tune. Also need to select the right microphone. Yeah. Select that. Oh, right. This. Do that. Holy pushed bass. There is no drive. There is no drive on the bass. Why is bass so? Okay, fine. We will not use that one. We will use the fat. Do that, and then tell this bass to shut up. Oh, there we go. That's nice. Is this even getting... Okay, I guess there just is no high end on this one. That's fine. Okay. To be honest with you, tuning gets to the point now where, like, you can do it so fast, it's like, well, I'll see you guys in, like, a minute. We need to be in standard for this, so... Get up there. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Forgot the tuner on this one sucks. You get to hear an interesting experience today. Bass guitar going through the lead sound. Fun. And then we have developments in the apartment. The upstairs neighbor has gotten a dog. Like a few days ago, I was hearing what sounded like someone like stomping around and like banging on things. Not that way. And today I hear barking. It depends. It actually kind of depends on the quality of the instrument. good guitars and basses will just stay in tune longer, provided you keep them in like the same kind of like general climate. You know, things get progressively warmer, progressively colder. You know, strings are made of metal. Wood is, you know, kind of susceptible to climate, so things will stretch and contract and will screw up the tuning. Okay. So I need to do some noodling, probably. We are in F sharp, so... Oh, excuse me. Hang on. You can't be on. Well, let's just do some stuff. That's an idea. I mean, the chords are the exact same 4 times over. It's just gonna be, what do I want to do? Do I want to... We'll try the bouncy thingy. I wonder. Nah. We will not slap today. That is also an idea. But we still have too much drive. Why do we have so much drive? Probably because of you. Oh yeah, that was it. That was the reason why. I kind of like that. I kind of like that ending. I mean, it's guitar but lower, right? There are a lot of people on the internet that have taken that statement to a literal definition. I am not good enough to be one of those people, but I am good enough to lay down a bass line, and that's about it. One more time. I like that. I like that. That one's cool. So we stay up high for 2 repetitions and then go down lower for the final ones. That's good. Can actually I hope whatever I come up with, like, in the next little bit will work with the guitar lines I've already thought of, because I have played around with that just a little bit, so I kind of have an idea. We're just trying to play in the lines. Play between the lines. Not play in between the lines. Play in the box. Alright, one more time. Okay, well, I guess I actually do need to equip the strap because bass is a heavy instrument for me. Just as you can clearly see on screen, I am but a small chibi anime boy. Bass guitar quite large. Alright, let's try this again. No. There we go. Yeah, that'll be what we do. All right, just one more rep. Well, we got enough to do. I'll make a stab at it. I'll take a pops open cold one. Let me take a stab at it. How hard can this whole bass thing be? All right. Okay, let's try. Let's what? Hang on. Count in before recording, please. Thank you. That came in too fast. It caught me off guard. You know, that's close enough. that's close enough. Let me switch instruments again really quick, and excuse me, I unplugged the bass guitar. I apologize for the noise. Alright, I am back. This time with a new guitar. What guitar is it? It's the 8-string. Except, that's the wrong key. Also, we're clipping like a motherfucker. Holy shit, hang on. There we go. You should make that hobby a reality. Okay. But guess what? This guitar is also in the wrong tuning, so it's time for everybody's favorite part. La tuning. Holy shit. We're not playing that kind of song today. These aren't the freshest strings. I hope they don't snap while I'm tuning this instrument. That will be really embarrassing. Because I can tune an instrument pretty quick. Changing a string out, I mean, I can do that decently quick, but I'll be gone for like 5 minutes. And this is taking longer than normal just because I have 8 strings to tune. Doing this. I'm glad I wrote this song in F sharp. That is perfect for me. So the original idea I had for this was something like where am I? Something like that, but that's going to be for, I think I'll put that in the auxiliary rhythms, and we're going to just slam on the 8 strings for a little bit and just... We'll try it in context. I don't know, something doesn't sound exactly in tune, but we'll worry about that in a minute. I think we need a more pushed sound out of that. That's fun. Yeah, that's a little bit more in the ballpark. Get out of here. Yes, this thing is out of tune still. Boy. Alright, let's try that again. I want to hear the punny strings. Yeah, right. You get things mixed. Although that, to be fair, those strings will probably not so much be a forward instrument. It's going to be more like a realistic pad. At least that's my idea right now. I think we'll do that. That will help. This is kind of like the ending of the song, if I'm going to be completely honest. So I think having just... just some big boy chord, just power chords, just open would probably be a better ending, if I'm being honest. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and do this. Nice chord. Wrong chord. Sure, that kind of works. And then for wideness, do it again. Yeah, you're gonna come up with a better part's what you're gonna do. That sucked. Try again. What is bass? What is fucking bass doing? Yeah, no, tuning electric guitar is an interesting thing. Wow, okay, B string does not, or E string does not want to stay in tune today. There. Holy cow. Balance piano or whatever. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, if you want to do it, that's always fun. Yeah, right. When you're in college, learning music is... or learning anything extra that isn't like a hobby, outside of one of like your other hobbies, is an interesting exercise in time management. Yeah, let me... I might redo that bass line. Let me just lay something down. I need to just ignore it. It'll be fine for stream. It is fine for stream, but that sucked anyway. Record 4 measures at a time. Figure out what you're doing. Oh. Yep. Didn't I say 4 measures at a time? Whoops. Oh my god. Fucking Reaper. Dude. That. There. Excuse. Time selection out a bunch. There we go. Alright. Try again. But that works. Let's just straight. There we go. Yeah, we just pretend you're in a pop punk band. That's the kick. That's the trick. Just straight 6/8 notes. Cool. There's that one. Sure, why not? I wish I could talk. Therapist has been busy. In a few weeks. Jeez. I was like, man, I don't want to stress the therapist out, but at the same time, that's kind of your job. You're more interested in learning something to do versus doing streams. Don't do that. I think versus doing streams, there's not a whole lot of games I want to play. I was like, yeah, if I'm being honest with you, I'm kind of actually running out of things I want to play on stream. So I'll say, like, let's get through some Assassin's Creed. I'm running out of Ace Combat games. I'm really, really, really putting off Sonic because the next game is Sonic 2006, and I don't want to play that game. So, anyway, I need to grab another instrument. Alright. Back with the other guitar. This time a 6-string. And this will be played over here. There we go. That's kind of the gist of this part. If I'm thinking correctly. Who the heck is Danky Kang? This is Mario shit I'm hearing about. Alright, let's try it. not really. Also, I think I changed things too much. Let's go back to this. Let's do this, but we'll do a little less pushed version of it. I pull it to there. Actually, pull it to like noon. That. Can do that, and then we can also not EQ the shit out of the low end. That'll work. Sure, let's do it. This is a test playthrough. I don't know if I want that one to be playing the... I'm gonna try. I'm gonna record it, but I'm gonna try not doing that at the ending. We'll see how that sounds. Nice, you made it one measure and fucked it up. Nailed it. Now do it again for wideness. So I'll be off now. I'll look into the stuff I mentioned tomorrow. I'm thinking of the Ooh, that'd be fun. I'm interested in hearing your covers. That'd be fun. More people doing that and experimenting with music. I like seeing that. Enjoying the ride. But yeah, alright, thanks for coming out. I'll write you. No, we'll see you later. Have yourself a good night. And don't think too hard about that stuff. Just remember it's all about having fun. But yeah, thanks for coming, man. Alright, let's do this other part just really quick. And then we'll do some fun stuff. Some lead. Very nice. Now we have some super wide sounding stuff. There we go. So this one I've already screwed around with. It's this but up an octave. I'll just play along with it, might as well. Well, that sounds cool, but I can't hear it. Alright, let's try... Let me lay down this. I think I got it for the most part. I need more high-end out of it. Wow. Said I need more high-end out of it, but geez, I don't think I got anything else. Oh, never mind. There it is. There it is. There are so many delays on it. That's an idea. We'll hold off on the run. So this is like the back half, and like this is supposed to be a repetition of what's going on, what's going to go on before it for like 16 bars. But like this is like 4 repetitions of the same thing essentially, but we're building up to an ending. At least that's what's kind of going on in my head. Whether or not I can actually pull it off, jury's still going to be out on that one. Let's see, actually, is something... Oh, we are still doing stupid stuff. That's why. Let me guess. You're going to... No, you're going to the right spot. Are you going to the right spot? No, not you. Delay. Are you going to the right spot? No, that's why you're so much louder than everything else. What about reverb bus? Reverb bus is doing the same thing. That's fine. Alright. That's, I mean, that's better, but... Maybe just a little less of that, a little less of that. Okay, well, let's try this again. there's a problem. I think some people are still set up wrong. Just making this a big headache for me. Let's see what else, String Buster. You going on? Because like you guys sound insanely loud, like in my headphones. Yes, you are. You're being sent to the master track. That would be why. So if I don't unclick this channel, it goes straight into the master track, and that means it misses all of like the processing on those other tracks on the other side of this mixing board. So we want to be sending them to the proper bus only, and then that bus gets different effects and stuff layered on top of it. So turn the lead piano down because I don't think we're actually gonna need that now. All right, let's see this now. Pardon me, I didn't realize I was clipping the absolute hell out of it. Take everything and just go like that. This is going to be a little bit quieter for you guys now, but I can't have that. That's like audio destruction. Why loud? Why so damn loud? Sure. I'm okay enough with that to record that and then start mixing it a little bit. It is quite the fun sounding thing, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to set you aside for now. And I'm going to start doing some mixing, like some actual mixing. So, now fully at the desk. So let's get started with some stuff. Actually, no, it's probably the best idea. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way. So we're gonna bring the stuff in one at a time, and we're just gonna go from there. I just had a realization of something. You're not being sent anything. You're good. These are folders, so that's fine. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. And you're muted, so it doesn't even matter. Okay. Nice. Okay. Doing that gave away what the heck the problem was. Good deal. Okay. Yep, turn these off. I love how I'm just now discovering these were not set right. That's awesome. Next, and we bring in the bass. So we can just loop this constantly. Alright, next up is rhythm guitars. Next we'll bring in the strings. Hey, welcome back, dude. We're doing some mixing so I can get this headache out of here and I can hear what I'm doing. Sure. Sure, why not? That's mostly okay. I think what we're gonna do from here. What do I want to do from here? What do I want to do from here? Well, I know what I can do from here. I know this is pretty much just a repetition of this, so we can put this in here. We can put this in here. Right. Huh? Be like that, but it needs to be two of these, actually. Which, I mean, I may have to actually just redo it. How does that sound? That's what I was messing with. Okay. I was wondering why that sounded a little weird. Didn't have the mastering plugin on. Yeah, okay. Alright. I've tried. I tried to do it that way. I tried to do it the normal string, the way you put an orchestra in way, but I don't like it. Let's try this. Violin 2 should now be firing out of your right ear. Everything. I'm an idiot. Oh my god, hang on. Oh, I forgot there were built-in panning tools on this stupid plugin. Alright, hang on. Okay, that should make things a little bit easier to mix now. Do I have a favorite drink? I might want to try it. Do you mean a drink like alcoholic drink? Or do you mean like just like drink in general? Because drinking anymore, I'm sorry to say that I actually don't do a whole lot of drinking anymore. So that's kind of one of is what it is kind of thing. I was just kind of aged out of it myself. But I will give you a mixed drink. There's a place that I used to go to. I used to have some family that lived in Cleveland, Ohio. And up there they have these like video game arcade bars called 8-Bit Bar. And they would have things like they would have their own, you know, mixed drinks. Oh man, this website doesn't have them. But there was one I tried. It was really good. Okay, like drink. I mean, something I end up making like every time, like multiple times a night, or like for multiple nights out of the week, is a tea, is a milk tea. And the way I've been doing it anymore is I have like a tea concentrate that you can buy in like most grocery stores. It's literally like the Starbucks one. I think it's Tazo is what the brand is. But it's concentrated tea, right? And it's like a quarter of the way up the glass in the concentrate. And then I do simple syrup if I have it. If not, I just put in regular sugar. And then the rest of the glass full of milk. And that's what I'm drinking right now. Oh, that's weird. They've changed the menu, so I can't even find the drink I used to do anyway. But yeah, that's what I like. That's kind of been like my go-to thing now. If it's not like a typical like soda or something like that, you know. Okay. So next up, what we need to do is we're gonna start working backwards, which means I need to actually come up with these parts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Which means it's time to get the 8-string back out. I really should just invest in one of those like chat things, oh my god. Like guitar stand trees. I used to have one that was like it could hold 3 guitars in like a circular pattern. But I sold that thing because I had no use for it. It'd be really useful to have right now. All right, let's try to figure out some stuff to do. So this is We gotta kind of do like a, I'm thinking like a funk thing. Maybe, right? Maybe something like that. Let me try something. Yep, that's what that needs to be. Okay, that one's fine. I'm gonna actually do a thing. I find it easier for myself if I go backwards. It's a little awkward, like, kind of watching it. And, like, probably listening to it, I can imagine. But it actually, like, it helps you build into what you already have if you work backwards sometimes. So this is Reaper. This is actually version 7 of Reaper. Now, the way I run Reaper is unique to me. The skin, I run a skin when I do. Let me see, where's the skins? Where's the layouts? Actually, well, I used to run a skin. I used to run something called Default Kamala 5, which is you can download for free, like on Kakos's like community site. And then I use a default layout, but now I've switched to like this smooth blue, light blue thing, where everything is like kind of more blue shaded in general, for obvious reasons with that one. But like, if you download Reaper, so Reaper is free for 30 days, right? They have like a $60 license for like for personal and like small business stuff. And that license carries through to the version that is on right now and the next version. So it carries through 2 different versions of the program. So if you bought it right now, you'd have it for like version 7 and 8. Then once version 9 comes out of Reaper, you'd have to buy a license again if you upgraded to version 9. But Reaper intimidates a lot of people, I will say, because when you first start up Reaper, I'll illustrate this just really quick. Let me open up a new project tab. This is what you're met with when you first start up Reaper for the first time. It's just a total blank slate. You know, if you double click here, you get tracks, and you know, you can name them. You can make as many as you want. Right? And you know, you can name them, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But it's super intimidating if you haven't already worked with a DAW before. This is actually the first digital audio workstation I worked in, and I've worked in it since like version 4, so I'm pretty used to it. But something that's always nice, I think a lot of DAWs will let you do project templates. So, you know, I've built up a decent amount of them depending on what I'm doing. And I used to be not as descriptive as I am now. Like, this is the current one we're working inside of. And it'll load up, you know, it'll load up essentially all of this. You know, all the plugins already on it that I've set up over the years. All of these different tracks with all the routing. Clearly not correct, but all the routing is done. So it's worth a shot. It's just one of those things, is like, be prepared that you have to make everything yourself when you first start. And then, for the love of your sanity, mix presets or project templates. Alright, let's see, how did this go? No, actually, this will be... That'll be what we're doing. Okay. Metronome. And let's do it. One more time. Nice. Okay. And we go to the next four. The next four. How do I want this to sound? Well, this is probably going to be more of like the... It's be probably more like this. Yeah, that'll work. That will do. Attempt number 1. There we go. That's number 1. All right, man. Stay safe. There's a lot of storms going on recently, unfortunately. So I had a viewer with a similar issue Sunday. So take care, stay safe, and thanks for coming out and saying hi. Appreciate the talking. So have a good one. All right, attempt number another one. That's what it is. Okay. All right. Try that again. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, and then we move on to the next one, which... how am I gonna do that? Does that work? We'll try that. Man. Yeah, that kind of works. Let's do that. That was not right. Ah, fat fingering. Let me try one more time. One more time. There it is. There it is. Okay. And we do it for the right side. Your There we go. Alright, there's another 4 knocked out. Why did you unarm them? let's just try it. We can just do the basic one. That's fine. We just keep the bouncy thing like we did the second time. Nice. Okay. There's that. And then go do these. These I should just be able to nail, if I'm being honest with you. Scale that back to here. All right. Let me go pick up the 6 string. All right. Arm this one. Oh wow, I was recording that stuff with like a half-second latency. Wow, that's fun. Yeah, all right. Just making sure I got it. Sorry. Okay, let's give it a shot. Attempt number 1. Attempt number 2. We missed. I missed the string. That's fun. I also played the rhythm wrong. Okay. Attempt number 3. I forgot about the I forgot about the thing. Man, strings just make everything sound twice as huge, don't they? Yeah, let's go to the other side. What the fuck is going on here? Also turn this thing up so I can hear myself think, please. Nice. Alright. And now we get to do the fun part. Which is, to be honest with you, just because it's... I have a bad habit of not writing out my ideas properly. Just to say, this is not the original idea that I'm trying to pull out of my head. So I think what I'm going to try to do is pull that actual idea out of my head, and we're going to figure this out. that's kind of like more what I'm thinking. This is going to be the most obnoxious thing for anybody that comes into this stream, because I'm just about to loop the next 16 measures we just wrote out and try to figure out what it is that is inside my head and pull it out. So, take us one good drink of tea for good luck. And, yeah. Here we go. No, I forgot to turn the looper on. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That's close. I think that's the right idea, so. Maybe. I gotta figure out how to get to that 540. What run am I wanting to do? Oh my god. Something. Something like that, maybe? Maybe. Anyway. We might be at the point where we need to record something really quick, just so I can get the idea down. So... We're actually set up. Okay, let's do it. Something like that. I just want the first, like, 4 measures. I was kind of goofing around. Sorry about that. Why is the metronome volume minus 12 dB? That's great. I can definitely hear that. Oh my god, I can hear it. Try it again. You get the point. Alright, well, that's cool. Let's pull that out. So, kinda, actually. Well, when I say that, Gah! Gah! Man. Alright, hang on. I'm gonna force myself to do these 4 measures. I just gotta force myself to do it. Alright. You know, it's almost like it's this part's right. This part though. That's right. It's the maybe. I keep getting lost and I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. This is definitely content. I offset it. Nah, not really. Okay. Well, we'll play it where we had it. Do 8 measures. It's actually kind of funny how much I'm getting practice in for the first 4 bars, and then I don't know. Eventually, we're gonna run into something that sticks, and I'm not gonna play it properly tonight, and I'll go back probably tomorrow and play it properly with some actual feel. But this is not that time. Just in case anyone's curious, this is what composing in a DAW is like, especially when you have barely any idea what you're doing. Musically, I mean. Alright. Anyway. Something like that, maybe. Let me use that. You know, now that I'm looking at it, we may, if I do that run, it might make more sense to have it just kind of ring out, and then this guy be kind of the next lead set of it to kind of carry us through that. Something like that, maybe? Holy crap. I apologize. I forgot to turn those off. Got to... Don't send those to that. Oh, right. Turn these down to like around here-ish, I think. Alright, man. I need to hear what I've done. I need to hit this note. But I do know I am going to give this one another shot, and then we'll just see where it takes me. This will eventually stick. It will eventually stick. It did not stick that time. Hang on. I gotta start closer. Let me hear that back. There's some ideas in there. I guess also it's a little bit, oh, what's the name of that song? Exclusive Coupe, I think. The composer's name escapes me, but it's from like it's an indie game, and it's like a isometric kind of like drifting racing game. And I think that might be what we go for with this one. That means time to do this all again. I pretty much, I'm gonna do this for like maybe 10-ish more minutes. It's now 10 o'clock my time, which is usually like my usual cutoff time for streams. So we'll do this for just a little bit longer, and then I am gonna call it. So, and I'm running out of finger chops anyway. So let's keep wood chopping till we find something with a metronome, please. Nice. Now don't play it like you started playing guitar last week. And don't get stage fright either. Hang on, what part of that is salvageable? None of that, because we're not gonna do the slide down. We're just gonna scratch. Yes, I am playing the right key. That might not be right, though. Yep, that'll be something I'll have to slow down and practice. But alright, I'm going to give melody writing just a little bit more time. Alright, did I actually do it? So close. So close. How much? Play that with some... Put some stank on that, and then I think that's actually good. Okay. Start a little bit further back so I can see what I'm doing. Give yourself at least a chance to record this right. I can just stretch it, but it doesn't matter. No, but you can squeal on... There's one in there somewhere. I may have to... Okay. Where is that? How do I get down there on the neck? Hang on. Alright, it is time for this part again. Yeah! There it is. Oh, I love this. This is getting very 80s. Oh, You can do that better. Nope. then scratch into something else. Oh no, you didn't play with the metronome, so you screwed the last bit of it up. Damn it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Um, Sucks is I need two measures of like a melody and then I gotta practice that run. So we got like 2 minutes. I think what we might do is just kind of listen to what we've got and then and then call it. Let me turn off some stuff really quick because I don't think I'm gonna get it. My fingies kind of hurt. I gotta tell you, I really should get into the habit of taking an instrument with me when I'm gonna be trying to be a professional musician at some point in my life. Because taking a week off from not playing my instrument has absolutely killed my chops. Like I'm pretty sure I could nail that scale, um, if I hadn't, taken the week long break. But oh well. So here's we actually got a decent amount done. Like I'm genuinely surprised. Man, this is technically a copy paste job. I'd have to go back and re-record this part later, make it a little bit more unique, so it's not just running through the same thing. Um, and same thing in here. We definitely could have done some more with the drums. But yeah, I'm pretty happy that we got the strings mostly programmed for like what we had. Yeah. All right. This is our working title, Tunnel Run, and this is what we have of it so far. I wish I could I wish I could see my selection of it, how much time is actually on it. About a minute. I know because I think this is about 30 seconds. So I think we got about a minute of music. Not bad. All right, here we go. This is the current build of Tunnel Run. Oh, big feedback at the end. I'll have to fix that later. All right. That is where I'm going to call it. So 2 hours and 10-ish minutes. Me, kind of. Say, my stream chat's kind of gone, but I will say thank you all so much for watching. And all of you guys that came out and watched the process unfold. Definitely would do this again next week if I wasn't going to be out of my state. So there you go. If you're a VOD watcher, thank you so much for making it this far and listening to the ramblings of, I swear, a totally sane musician. I swear, completely mentally stable at all times. Yeah, guys, have yourselves a great night. Thanks again for coming. Bye-bye.